Hello there, and welcome to the first episode of Friday Night Witchcraft. Our story begins on a very muggy Saturday evening in New Orleans at a small shopping mall called the Red Garden Mall. It is in the late evening with the summer heat making tourists take refuge inside the nice air-conditioned mall that we come across our young protagonists. Marianne, however you prefer, is getting off late from her shift at the Regis Salon. She's taking the trash out back to the dumpster when she sees a little battered old red car pull up with a little plaque on top that says Driving Denny's Pizza Special. Inside that car is Miss Daniela Matry. The two of you recognize each other. You've seen each other around the mall, but, well, there's something you guys really have noticed about each other, but you never really had the chance to talk about yet. Mary, there's something a bit off about Miss Daniela that you can tell, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But you know there's something up there. And Daniela, well, you can smell the essence coming off of Mary. She's overflowing with essence. She's not as great as some of the people you've met, but definitely more than a normal human would be. So, in the quiet back alley, the two of you meet.
Well, she gets out, having delivered her last pizza of the night, takes the stupid ornament off the top of her car and tosses it in the back. She nods to Mari.
Mari nods back in her typical deadpan expression that literally never changes. Daniela has never seen this woman smile or really get angry. It's just always that resting face of boredom, maybe?
She will not like look her up and down, but she just kind of like surveys surroundings. Of course, they meet in a fucking alley. And she'll say to her, "What are you up to tonight?"
I'm not sure yet. I was thinking about going home to dissociate for a few hours before failing to sleep, and then just kind of pulling an all-nighter because fuck it, why not? You?
She just nods. I actually had kind of the same plans.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's a pop, pop, pop coming from about 2 streets down that you hear. And go ahead, why don't both you make me a simple perception test, which in this case means roll your perception and double it. So double your perception and then add that to the result. There are no other modifiers. So 1d10 plus double your perception.
Oh, okay. So 1d10 plus.
All right. So, as both of you spin to look in the direction of the pop, pop, pop sound, some of you a bit more energetically than others, you catch a flicker of movement out of the corner of your eye. Something's there. But when you look, there's nothing standing there.
Danny quirks her eyebrow curiously as she had kind of whipped her whipped her head in the direction of the sound, a lot like an animal would when they hear something sudden like that. But she doesn't see anything, so she just kind of shakes her head and looks back to Mari. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
She nods.
Fuck it, I'm taking my last smoke break out here. Mario fucking produces a smoke and just starts smoking right there.
So Danny is kind of on alert a little bit now. She's just she keeps glancing back in the direction of the sound.
So, Danny, make me a difficult perception test this time, which means you roll 1d10 plus your deception, or your perception not doubled. If you have the
Okay.
notice skill, you may add that.
No, I do not. Oh, wow. I rolled a 10, so it's 12.
So, when you roll a 10, you do what is called the rule of 10. So, roll again and subtract 5 from that roll.
Okay. So it's the D10 plus 2 and then minus 5?
No, you just roll the d10
Minus 5?
Yes.
Okay. 4.
So then add 4 to your original result.
So 16 on my perception check.
So you see standing suddenly kind of stepping out from behind the car, right probably 2 feet behind Mari, is a person, but they're shimmering and they seem lost and confused. There is a gaping bullet hole right above their heart on their chest. And they seem confused, walking around, and not generally knowing where they are.
So, her jaw drops.
You both can see spirits, so this is something you would have seen before because Ferals can see ghosts.
Mm. Well, it appears we have a visitor. She just kind of points behind where Mari is standing.
Mari kind of turns, looks around. Oh, yeah. Hey. You good?
The spirit opens its mouth and appears to be attempting to speak, but neither of you can hear it.
Shit. And as I check whether Mari has something that can do something with this.
It's page 1.
Yeah, I figured it out. Alrighty, so Mari's gonna look over to Danielle and say, "Give me like 5 seconds."
She nods.
Yeah, so she's gonna. So it's a essence point and then a perception necromancy test.
Yes.
So 36, and then I don't know how much I need to get to succeed on this.
9.
9. Okay, I have to get 3 or higher. Got it. And she's got it.
All right, so we got 13, so we got 3 minutes where you can hear what the spirit is saying.
All right, say it one more time, Tim. You good?
What happened to me?
Looks at the bullet hole. Ah, shit. Okay. Hey, man, I'm really sorry to tell you like this. I think you just died.
No. That can't be.
Yeah, that happens a lot when people pass on. It shit's jumbly. Fucks with you.
The spirit just kind of looks from side to side and seems kind of confused. And it says, Then can you help me find the person who did this to me?
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, looks over to Daniela. Points over to the goat.
She looks over.
This guy got shot. I'm gonna go get him some justice. You wanna come with?
Of course.
Bitchin'. I'm really not going to ask questions about how you can see this guy.
Same.
Awesome. Let's go.
Nor is she going to ask how she can talk to this guy. Like, how did you know this? I'm not going to ask. We're just going to go hunting. She likes hunting. It's fine.
So, go ahead.
The first thing she was gonna ask was, you think you can take me to where you got shot?
I can. And the spirit starts drifting itself in the direction of the alleyway where you heard the pop, pop, pop come from.
Awesome. And she starts gunshots.
Sorry?
Oh, Daniela was just realizing that the pop pop she heard was gunshots.
All right. And Tim?
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say she just starts walking. She's still smoking, by the way.
All right. So, as the pair of you follow this ghost to his final resting place, the sun is still setting, creating long shadows down this alleyway. As the two of you make your way confidently down towards the alleyway, upon reaching it, you turn the corner to see a man, thin, gangly, pale, scrabbling through the wallet of a dead man, lying there bleeding, his blood spilling to the very sides of the alleyway, all along this long, dark alleyway. There's not a light to be seen. Apparently nobody even cared that there were gunshots right here.
So as he's led the group over here, she'll point over to the guy that's kneeling over the corpse. I assume the corpse looks exactly like the ghost.
That it does.
Okay. Just gonna point over to the tall guy, look over to the ghost, and basically give a thumbs up and then a thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Like she's asking if that's the dude.
There's a moment as the ghost kind of takes in his body and the man, and then there's a very slow, quavering thumbs up.
How bold is Mari gonna be? She's pretty fucking bold. She's gonna say, I forget if Louisiana does the death penalty. You might just do 25 to life.
Daniela is going to look around to see if there's anybody paying attention to what's going on right here.
As you look, the up and down the alleyway, there is not another soul to be seen. It's a quiet night. Apparently nobody even went out for a walk, other than you two. And that's when the two of you notice the pale man has taken out a knife and is carving something into the arm of the cadaver. As you see this, the ghost opens its mouth in a wordless shriek of agony.
Alrighty. You didn't respond to me being a bitch, so get off him. She commands now.
There is a moment as the figure freezes in its carving of this cadaver before the man turns to face you, and you see his eyes have been replaced by maggots. Just pits of maggots writhing in his eye sockets as he appears to be looking at the two of you, brandishing a bloody knife in one hand, razor-sharp talons in the other.
Mari produces her gun.
So, yeah, I'm thinking that Daniela is probably going to be shifting about now.
All right. So we are going to, after a second, because I need to double check how this is done for certain before I say one way or the other. I think it is about time we roll initiative.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How
Like,
we do that?
one pulls out a gun, the other turns into a fucking panther. Like,
Oh, by the way,
that's
is she like a quadrupedal panther, or is she like? Should I be imagining like a Kranos form?
Yes, it shifts.
Yeah.
I think 3 forms, which is basically like the Krynos form, a Glabro form, and the like feline form. So, and it's fluid depending on what the needs of the character is. So you can see her shifting back and forth like very quickly between the forms.
Mari said she wasn't going to ask any
Yeah.
questions, so she's not.
Give me just 1 second. I got a very upset canine here.
Oh, how do we roll initiative in this game?
You're gonna find out in a minute.
Yep. This is fun so far. I like it.
All right, so go ahead and Tim, roll me a d10 and add your dexterity.
All right. Oh, it was what in dexterity? I'm sorry.
Just a d10 and your dexterity.
Sounds good.
Lindsay, you already got your fast reflexes, fast reaction time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do have fast reaction time.
Oof.
All right. So if you are going to shift, that is 10 essence points, and it lasts
Okay.
for an hour. And you cannot regain your
Fantastic.
essence until you shift back.
Right. Yep. Gonna do it.
All right. So as you spend the 10 essence, you feel your animalistic nature take hold, and your claws grow out of your hands as your teeth elongate, your spine stretches, and your tail erupts. It's almost for Mari, it's almost like you've seen some strange things. You're not unfamiliar with the underworld, the darker side of the world, so to speak. But you've never seen anything quite like this. As Daniela's flesh contorts and a feline shape emerges, standing on all fours like some grotesque but strangely beautiful combination of a man and a jaguar, jet black, standing in the alleyway.
Before combat actually initiates, as Mari looks back, sees that, she looks back over at the dude with eyes in his maggots, and finishing her cigarette, she drops it down, stomps on it, and says, "Well, Wakanda forever, I guess."
God damn it! I knew you were gonna do that. Wakanda forever.
All right. Go ahead and all right, what are you gonna do?
Well, she's just gonna lunge at the dude. So I would imagine it's gonna be
Dexterity brawling.
Yep. It would likely be claws first, so
All right.
if I succeed in hitting Dex. Okay, so it's 1d10 plus my Dex plus brawl, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that is gonna be plus 9.
And I need to. Where's my books?
A 12.
All right. And he is going to take a defensive action, and I need to open a second copy of Witchcraft. Because I don't want to lose his profile. So, as you see her lunge, as you see the jaguar claws or panther claws extend, heading straight for this creature's face, what is Mari thinking, Tim? I'm quite curious.
That's some shit. Possibly literally. Because there's maggots in his eyes.
That's fair.
There will be all the questions after the fight, but she has to survive the fight.
All right, so we're going to do. He is going to attempt a dexterity dodge action. This is a resisted action. And she hits.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll her roll a d6
Yep.
and times it by your strength.
Just gonna roll the d6 first. Oh, 6. So it is 6 times 6, so that is 36 points of damage.
All right. So do a little quick math. Because math's fun. Now roll me a d4 plus 4, please.
D4 plus 4. Oops. D4 plus 4. 6.
All right. So lose 4 endurance points as you are tiring out slightly.
Jeez.
Yes.
Okay.
And the figure is going to turn and he's going to look very curiously at Daniela, and he smiles, and you see that instead of teeth, this man has a mouthful of moving, grotesque tentacles. And
Gross.
he is going to lunge at Daniela and attempt to latch on and bat her. So,
Uh-oh.
in close combat, you get a free attack and a free defensive action. You may take actions other than these as an extra action, but they incur a cumulative -2 every time. So it's a desperate last situation sort of thing.
Yeah, last resort kind of situation. Okay.
So go ahead and roll after I roll your attack. Go ahead and roll your dexterity plus dodge.
Dex plus dodge. 6.
And he failed anyway, so you don't even need to dodge.
Oh, okay.
He literally rolled the worst possible.
Whoops.
In fact, he's actually got to roll again. And
Has
see
he
if
got
he
a
rolls
1?
worse. Yes. And there's the rule of 1.
So we have rule of 1 and rule of 10.
And so he has a 3 instead of an 8. So he definitely misses. So as this thing lunges for you, the momentum of Daniela's motion carries her just far enough past that it launches right past her. It doesn't quite reach Mari, but it's right in her face. And it's gibbering, and its tentacles are lashing everywhere, fully extending probably now a good 12 inches out from its skull. And it is Mari's action.
Alrighty. You know what? She's gonna take aim at this guy before just opening fire because she doesn't want to hit her feline associate at this point.
So are you taking an aiming action?
Yes.
So go ahead and roll perception plus guns.
Okay.
And that is a full action, by the way. You can take the shot action, but that is at a -2.
Okay, we'll see what happens with that is the wrong Discord channel. It's the wrong Discord server. Okay. Okay, there's 12 right there.
That adds +3 to your actual shooting roll, but if you take it this turn, you take the -2 from cumulative action penalty. So you can choose to go wait till next turn to get a +3 on the roll, or shoot now for +1.
She's gonna wait for the +3. She really doesn't want to hit her buddy.
All right, so that takes us to top of the round. Oh, before I forget, roll me d4 +1.
Me do that?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
So, lose 2 endurance points as the adrenaline is starting to hit you, and it's going to definitely start, wearing you down once you come out from the adrenaline high.
Oh, okay. That's how the game works. Okay, got it.
And that takes us to the top of the round. And what is Miss Daniela gonna do?
She's gonna go after him again. Same thing as last time.
Go ahead and make that attack roll.
+9. Right? Yes. 17.
All right. And you hit. And that is so. Wait. So I had a +8 to that. There's essentially rollover. Kind of like rollover, not entirely, but success levels go into damage.
Oh.
So you roll your d6 times strength and then add
8.
Yes to the result.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. So it's 14.
All right, so he takes 14 as your claws tear a massive gaping hole in the side of this creature's chest. And it is bleeding this black, viscous material all over.
Yuck.
There it is. And you see, even as the blood hits the ground, it's bubbling and boiling, and it's nasty. Like it's actually seeming to send up smoke coming up off the ground as it is eating through the concrete. And it is the pale man's turn as he turns and sends and points his free taloned hand at Daniela. Really quickly, where to go. I see a bolt of withering shadow comes out of his hand and bolts towards her. So that is a 17 to hit. If you would like to try and dodge, you may take your free defensive action.
Yes, please. And that is Dex plus dodge, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So that is 6, 8. Oh my god. I rolled a 10. It's an 18.
Go ahead and roll 10 again and subtract 5 from the result.
I can't believe that happened. Oh,
So you do not add anything to the roll, but
Okay.
as this sizzling bolt of pure nothingness blasts past Daniela's shoulder, there it is. It impacts the concrete of the wall right behind her shoulder, and it begins instantly dissolving it, almost like acid, but faster. And it is Kyrie's action. Oh, roll me your D4 plus
Oh yeah.
3, please, this time.
+3.
Yes. So that is 6 endurance points lost.
Damn.
And then it is Mara's action.
Pop, pop, watching heathens drop.
All right, so roll your dexterity plus guns and add your +3 from the aiming.
And so that's 4 and 7. Ain't the best roll, but there's 11.
All right, so it is going to attempt to dodge. I have to stay out of the instantly going to 1d10 lesser than equal
Right?
or more than equal.
Oof.
It does not dodge.
Oh man, I made poor decisions because I forgot to calculate how much damage a pistol does.
Give me 1 second. It's not that crazy.
I figured.
So you have 2 success levels.
Okay.
Scroll past. Melee. So it's going to be like 22 cal.
Okay.
Like, so D4 times 2 plus 2.
Okay. D4 times 2 plus 2?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure if this except as multiplication, so I'm just going to roll the D4 and do the math from there. 3, 6, that's 8.
All right. You blow a solid chunk out of the creature's left part of its eye socket, and maggots rain everywhere as it howls and gibbers and shrieks. And roll me a D4 minus or plus 2.
It was D4 minus 2?
Plus 2.
Plus 2, okay. 3.
That is 3 endurance points lost. And it is top of the round. What is Miss Daniela gonna do?
More of the same. She actually, so as she gets, I'm sure that she just got sprayed by maggots. So she's going to growl a very low, throaty, menacing growl before she lunges at him again because she's mad that he sprayed her with maggots.
Mari will say in response, my bad.
She's not even blaming her. Not at all. All right. 11.
All right. He is going to attempt to dodge. Oh, let's go. Wow. She
Wow.
strikes him. Damage plus 2.
1d6. 5 times 6 is 30, 32.
All right. How do you want to do this?
So yeah, she just got really, really mad that he sprayed her with maggots, and she lunges forward and just digs her claws right into the sides of his neck, and just with a cross slashing motion takes his head right off.
All right. As she rips his head off, the the black, oozing, viscous material inside his veins starts dissolving his body, including the head, rapidly.
Okay, well, that's efficient, I guess. So yeah, she making sure that the threat has been neutralized, she will then shift back to her human form.
All right. So, the ghost is standing there watching the two of you, and after a moment, he looks down at his corpse and appears to be pondering it.
Mari, she's not going to fuck with the ghost just yet, but what she is going to do is look at the image that is being carved into his arm.
So the image appears to be a half circle with an X on the inside, and what appears to be an inverted cross coming down from the bottom, although that part was interrupted in the middle of the carving.
She takes a picture of it.
And the spirit is still standing there watching.
Is there anything that I can roll to try and figure out what that thing was?
Roll me an intelligence occult knowledge roll if you have the skill.
Shit, I got occult knowledge.
I don't.
If you don't,
I just have myths and legend.
if you don't, roll a difficult intelligence test, which is just roll your intelligence, d10 plus your intelligence, and don't double your intelligence.
Okay. Just a 5.
All right. So Mari has heard from ghosts, whispers, and Voodoo has some minor traditions of it as well, although not very well described. Of some call them gods, some call them demons, but whatever they aren't from this world, or any other for that matter. Creatures from beyond that sometimes take human form and take human bodies to perform evil deeds in the world. It appears that this creature was one of them.
Back. How should I say this? You ever read Lovecraft?
She nods.
Imagine if a shadow took over a person.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty
then
nasty.
might make it better. Remove the racism.
She nods.
They're bad, but they're not that bad. They're
Yeah.
still pretty bad. She looks at the ghost and continues on. Seems that I'm not sure why this happened. I'll be honest with you. It may have been just wrong place, wrong time. I'm sorry about that.
The ghost is looking at his corpse very contemplatively. And as Marius speaks, he looks up, his head tilted to the side. There's a shimmering ephemeral tears coming down his cheeks. And that's when both Daniela and Mari notice that there's another figure standing behind the ghost. Figure of wearing all black, long robes, no visible face, no visible skin anywhere, gloves covering the hands, that just puts a hand on his shoulder and starts leading him off into the distance.
I mean, that's a common enough image that you could probably guess that that was a Reaper.
Yep.
So, like, well, at least somebody came to get him.
About the closest thing to a happy ending you can get with these.
Yeah. Well, tonight was a lot more interesting than what I had planned.
Yeah. Looks back at the symbol.
Yeah, she looks at it too, like, oh, fuck.
I don't like
The
cultists fucking with my stomping grounds.
No, this definitely does not sit well with me either.
The two of you hear police sirens finally coming in the distance.
We should probably get the fuck out.
Yep.
And with that, she just starts fucking leaving.
Yep, Mari just lit dibs too. She'll just say, I'll get your number at work tomorrow.
She nods. Sounds good.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we shall end the very first session of Friday Night Witchcraft with our intrepid heroes returning back to the humdrum of mortal life. But they know something's out there, something's growing, and it ain't very good, whatever it is. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Stay tuned for more.